Okay, so this tutorial is to help you make a macrame keyring. And a macrame is a type of knot making that you can make to be quite decorative. So we'll start by taking your keyring and using a bit of your tape and using that to stick it to a surface that you can work on, for example your table. Then take one piece of your string, fold it in half, and then thread that through the keyring and then pull it through the hoop, and do the same with the other piece of string. Now if you take one of your coloured pieces of thread, you don't need a very long bit. In this example my bit is way too long, so just take a short bit and tie that round your one strand of your twine, and then hook it underneath the other one, up and over, and then up and over, so you're just wrapping it round each strand one at a time, and then using your fingers just to push the thread up so that you can't see the twine through your thread, so you get a nice band of whichever colour you've chosen. So in my example it's blue, and you can keep on doing that for as long as you like or as little as you like. You can make it just tiny little bits of colour or quite big bits of colour. I've included a couple of colours for you to choose from in your box, but you don't have to use both, you can just use one, or you can use both, it's up to you. And then once you've got it thick enough, you just trim the end of it if you've got some left, and then tie a knot round one of your strands, and then you'll have two tails sticking up, so you can just use some scissors to cut them off, or ask an adult to help you cut that bit. You don't have to do that right now either, you could leave that till the very end. So now, in this example, I'm going to use a different colour to do another little band, leaving a gap for twine to shine through. But you can miss this bit out and move straight on to the knot making. It's entirely up to you. So in this part I was doing it quicker to see what difference that would make with the band, but it is better if you continue to push up the thread as you're going rather than leaving it all to the end, because it can be a little bit baggy with the thread. Remember, you can pause this video as many times as you want, so you can just do it in tiny little steps until you get the hang of it. And once you've decided that that's enough, you just tie the thread around one strand of your twine. In this example I tied it around both, so I'm just undoing that there, just to tie it around the one leg. It's okay to make mistakes here, make as many mistakes as you like. There we go. So now we're going to go on to the knot making part of that. So if you spread out each of your threads, take your left one, hook it over all the other legs, so all other three legs, and then you take your fourth leg and you pull that on top off the big loop going round, and then you tuck that underneath the middle two strands and up underneath the hoop, and then you gently pull both sides until you get that type of teardrop shape with the two strands going down the middle. You don't need to pull it right up to the pink bit, you can just leave it so you've got a bit of a gap there. It looks quite effective. And you do the same on the other side. So over the middle two, then pull the fourth leg through the hoop and pull again. Over the middle two, pull the fourth one underneath and up through the hoop. And pull it tighter. Now you've got that type of teardrop shape. And as you see this, you'll see a pattern coming through in the knots. It'll be like a zigzag pattern. If you change direction of which way you're moving your string, that shape will change. And you can do this for as long as you like. You can do 12 knots or 2 knots. It's entirely up to you. It's all valid and all good and all create pretty designs. Just take some time practicing this knot, because once you get the hang of it, it's very straightforward, but it can take a while to practice it to get it working. So then we go back to the coloured thread, and you separate your 2 legs of 2 strands and do the same as you did at the top. Tie 1 piece of thread around 2 of your legs and then weave it round, up and over, for as long as you want to do that for. And you can keep on going, so you can add more parts, more knotted parts into your design. It's entirely up to you. You can just experiment. And once you've decided that's it, you tie a thread around one of your legs and pull that tight. You could do double knot at this point if you want to make it nice and tight, or add a little bit of glue if you want to. And then what I'm doing here is just out of shot, but I'm just trimming down the rest of the twine so that the keyring isn't too long. But you can make yours as long as you like. And what you do is you just pull at the thread, because the twine, because the twine is made up of lots of individual threads, and so we just want to unravel those so that we've got a nice feathery end to this. When you're doing this, it can pull right up to the thread part of it, and that's why the double knot would be useful here, because as you'll see in a second, when I pulled it up, I undid the knot that I tied in the blue thread. But no problem, you just have to tie another knot in it. Entirely okay to make mistakes here. So that's me just fixing that little bit of blue thread now. And there we go, your first, possibly, if you've not done one before, but this is your Macramé Keyring.